There's something you've been carrying, something far heavier than you even realize. Right now, as you listen, you can probably sense it, that weight pressing down on your shoulders, that tightness in your chest, that restless background hum in your mind telling you to hold on harder, fight stronger, control more. But what if everything you've been taught about winning is actually backwards? What if the very thing you believe will help you succeed is the exact thing that's keeping you stuck? You've been gripping so tightly that your knuckles are white, yet you can't even remember what you're clinging to anymore. You've been pushing on doors marked pull. You've been swimming upstream, exhausting yourself, when the current itself could carry you exactly where you need to go. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop struggling against the river, the instant you finally release your grip, that's when everything begins to change. This isn't another quick fix or magic formula kind of self-help talk. This is about something deeper. This is about realizing that the fastest path to true peace and success isn't through force, control, or endless striving. It's through the ancient power of letting go. And by the time you reach the end of this, you'll understand why every great spiritual tradition, every wise teacher, every person who has ever touched real peace points toward the same truth. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. Sometimes you have to surrender in order to rise. Sometimes you have to release in order to finally arrive. Now here's what makes this different. I'm not talking about giving up. I'm not talking about passivity, weakness, or settling for less. I'm talking about the most active, powerful, transformative choice you can make. I'm talking about strategic surrender, the kind that opens doors you didn't even know existed, the kind that turns resistance into flow and obstacles into stepping stones. Let me show you what this looks like. Think about that friendship you've been desperately trying to hold together. You know the one, the person who drains your energy, who only reaches out when they need something, who leaves you feeling smaller every time you see them. You've been holding on out of fear of being alone, fear of conflict, fear of admitting this relationship no longer serves either of you. So you keep trying, fixing, changing, forcing. But what happens when you finally let go? When you stop chasing? When you stop sacrificing your peace for their comfort? Something powerful happens. Either the relationship naturally shifts because you've stopped feeling the dysfunction, or it dissolves completely, creating space for relationships that actually nourish your soul. Suddenly, the energy you were wasting gets redirected into connections that lift you higher instead of dragging you lower. Or maybe it's that failure you can't stop replaying in your head, that business that collapsed, that love that ended, that opportunity you missed, that mistake that cost you dearly. You've been dragging it like a weight, analyzing it, punishing yourself, trying to undo what's already over. You've been staring so hard at what went wrong that you can't see what's trying to go right. But failure isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It's your compass, your redirection. It's life whispering, that path wasn't for you. When you let go of the story that failure equals, I'm broken, when you release the obsession with controlling what's already in the past, you free up space for the opportunities knocking right now. You stop looking backward and finally start moving forward, wiser and sharper than before. And then comes the big one, fear of the future, anxiety about what might happen, what you might lose, what could go wrong. You've been trying to control tomorrow from today, building plan after plan, backup after backup, exhausting yourself with disasters that don't even exist yet. Here's the liberating truth. You can't control the future. You never could. All the energy you pour into trying to manage outcomes that haven't happened yet, that energy is being stolen from the only moment you actually hold power. This one, right here, right now. When you release the illusion of control, something incredible happens. You realize you can trust yourself to handle whatever comes, because you always have. Now, let's clear up the biggest misconception. People think letting go means weakness. They assume it means passivity or apathy or settling. But that's not letting go. That's giving up. And they are worlds apart. True letting go is active. It's intentional. It's power. It's choosing to release what you cannot control so that you can pour all your strength into what you can. It's trading the exhaustion of resistance for the ease of flow. It's realizing that when you stop pushing against life, life stops pushing against you. Picture this: you're holding sand in your palm. The harder you squeeze, the more it slips away. But open your hand softly and it stays. That's the paradox of release. When you stop grasping, you gain. When you stop forcing, the right outcomes find you. Your breakthrough isn't waiting on more control. It's waiting on less. Your peace isn't waiting for you to figure everything out. It's waiting for you to stop trying so hard to figure everything out. Success doesn't always come from harder pushes. It comes from knowing when to push and when to flow. And right now, as you hear this, something inside you recognizes it. You can feel it. That exhale, that quiet relief, that whisper that maybe, just maybe, life doesn't have to be this hard. Because here's what happens when you trust that whisper. When you stop clenching your way through life and start dancing with it instead, everything begins to shift. Not in an instant, but gradually, surely, like a sunrise unfolding in colors you forgot existed. Think of that job you hate but keep because it's safe. The one that makes Sunday nights feel like slow death. The one where you count minutes instead of living moments. You've stayed because letting go feels like falling. But what if letting go is actually flying? What if that secure prison is the very thing blocking the work that could light you up inside? Letting go doesn't mean reckless quitting. It means trusting you're worthy of work that feels like play, of money that flows instead of being forced, of success that nourishes instead of draining. Or maybe it's that habit you've been at war with, endless scrolling, paralyzing perfectionism, exhausting people-pleasing. You've been battling it with brute willpower, treating yourself like the enemy, but resistance breeds persistence. The harder you fight yourself, the stronger it grows. When you let go of the war and approach change with curiosity instead of judgment, compassion instead of criticism, suddenly transformation feels natural, not forced. You stop being your own jailer and start being your own ally. And here's the secret: letting go isn't a single event, it's a daily practice. Some days you'll tighten your grip again. Some days you'll slide back into old patterns. That's okay. That's human. The magic isn't in perfection. It's in awareness. It's in catching yourself gripping too tight and gently choosing again to release. Think of water. It doesn't fight the mountain. It doesn't resist the rocks. It flows. It finds the path of least resistance. And with time, it carves canyons through stone, not through force, but through persistence, not through hardness, but through softness stronger than anything rigid. This is your call to be like water, to stop exhausting yourself against what cannot be moved, and instead find the openings, the possibilities, the flow. Yielding isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Surrender isn't defeat, it's a higher form of victory. And here's where it becomes beautiful. The moment you truly release, the moment you stop chasing, stop white-knuckling, stop demanding life match your script, life begins surprising you. Doors open you never touched. People arrive who recognize your value without you proving it. Solutions appear you couldn't have dreamed of while stuck in struggle. It's like you've been forcing puzzle pieces into the wrong picture, and suddenly you step back and see. The masterpiece was never the one you thought. The pieces weren't broken. They were always perfect, waiting for you to stop forcing and start allowing. Your dreams aren't to be wrestled into existence. They're to be invited. Your purpose isn't hiding. It's been drowned out by all your noise and control. Your happiness isn't locked behind suffering. It's here, waiting for you to believe you deserve it simply by existing. Right now, in this messy, imperfect, uncertain moment, you already have everything you need to begin again. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, now. With all your flaws and doubts and humanness, the river of your life has been waiting, patiently, waiting for you to stop swimming upstream. It knows exactly where it's carrying you. and it's far more magnificent than anything you thought you had to force. So take a breath, drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw. This is your moment to release what was never yours, to trust the current, to discover that letting go isn't losing. It's finally winning in ways you never imagined. The river knows the way home.